How do y'all do? Today is Matchmaking Monday, and I'm going to be giving you every fight to make after UFC 328. Let's get straight into it. Jose Ochoa destroyed Clayton Carpenter over 3 rounds, and I think he deserves somebody in the top 15. Now, I know that he got beat by Oscar Mabayev the fight right before this, but he took it on short notice, and it was pretty competitive. Now, he has another loss to Loner Kavanaugh, and Loner Kavanaugh is extremely high ranked now, and his other win is against Cody Durden, and Cody Durden was in the top 15 and is beating fighters who are really close to the top 15 right now. So the fighter that I've match made Jose Ochoa with is Tagir Lembekov. Now, Tagir got his shit beat by Kyoji Horiguchi in November of last year, so he took some time off, and I think he should come back soon, so they'll be right on the same schedule. So I think Jose Ochoa should fight Tagir Lembekov. Now, this fight is going to be pretty good because I think Tagir is not going to be able to hold Jose Ochoa down because Jose Ochoa has shown tremendous ability to get back up. So I think he's going to force Tagir to stand, or even if he takes him down, he's just going to keep on getting back up, and then Tagir's going to gas, and I think Jose Ochoa is going to TKO him probably in the second and the third. But I think this is the fight that should be made. Now, moving on to Baisanger Shusukayev. Now, Shusukayev had a rough first 2 rounds against Jordan Santos, and in the third round, he found a submission. Now, I think he needs to step up in competition, but not a crazy step up in competition, because he kind of did struggle against Santos. Now, Santos was never finished in his career before that fight, so that's pretty impressive, but he shouldn't get a massive step up in competition. Now, somebody I think that can test his striking and his grappling, mainly his grappling, because we've seen once he gets it to the ground, he can do good work, but he's kind of had issues getting it there. So the person I think that he should be match made with is Jung Young Park. Now, Jung Young Park is coming off of a loss, I believe, and he doesn't have any. Does he have a fight booked? Let me check. No, he doesn't. Okay, he is coming. He's coming off a loss to Ikram Alaskarov in October of last year. So I think that he is gonna come back soon. And Shusukayev loves being active, and I see him trying to get on the Serbia card or International Fight Week. International Fight Week would actually be such a good spot to put him in. So I think you should put this fight on International Fight Week, and Suzukayev needs to step up in competition, and Park has been inactive, so he should come back soon. So I think this is the fight that should be made next. Now, Santos, I think he should be cut. Like, I'm just straight up, I think he should be cut. He lost to Ozzy Diaz, and in this fight, in the striking, he was forced to strike like whenever he couldn't clutch up to the fence. He didn't even attempt takedowns. All he did was sit on the clinch and barely throw any strikes. And whenever it was out in the open, Susukai was throwing wild shots, so he forced Santos to have a good fight. And Santos's win is not great in the UFC. So I think he should be cut just straight up. Now, moving on to Pat Sabatini. Pat Sabatini had a snooze fest against William Gomez, where he just hugged him up against the cage the entire fight, shot some takedowns, but wasn't able to get anything, and barely threw any strikes on the feet. So I think he should get a pretty brutal matchup just to force him to either finish the fight or attempt to finish the fight a little bit more, or just throw more. He needs to be more active. So I think he should get Marion Santos. Now, I know this is a little crazy, but Santos is on a 4 or 5 fight win streak in the UFC right now, and Sabatini's win is not going to age too well, because I think Gomez is either going to get cut or I'm going to give him a shit matchup. That's what's going to happen. It's one or the other. if Santos is able to stuff his takedowns, I think Sabatini is going to get knocked the fuck out. And if Sabatini takes down Santos, I think he'll probably submit him like pretty early. I don't see this shit going to decision either way. Speaking of William Gomez, I'm going to give him Larion Douglas. Now, Douglas absolutely destroyed Julian Rosa in his last fight, and I think he deserves just a really fun matchup and somebody who will test him a little bit, because we need to see how good he is on the feet. We saw that every shot that he threw against Julian Rosa fucking hurt him. Now, Gomez is a really good striker, so I think this will be a really good fight, and this will be a good test for Douglas. And then we can start talking about somebody in the top 15. Now, I know I just gave Sabatini a shit matchup for beating Gomez, but the way he beat Gomez is nothing impressive at all, and that shouldn't warrant you really much, if I'm being honest. Like, I don't think it's the same. And I think if Gomez doesn't get this fight, I think he should be cut, like I said earlier. So, Gomez, Douglas, make this fight, or cut Gomez. Now, Roman Kopylov beat Marco Tulio as the fight went on, and I think that he should fight somebody who just fought pretty recent and did not have a great performance against somebody who he was a ginormous favorite against, and that person is Jacob Malkoun. Now, Malkoun is on a 3-fight win streak, but the 3-fight win streak isn't very impressive because Finney was on one leg the entire fight. GM3 was coming off of, I believe, 3 or 4 losses in a row, and I do not remember the third person that he fought. I think that Kopylov will force him to either bang on the feet or he will force him to spam shoot, and then he'll get knocked the fuck out. Now, I think Malkoun deserves this type of matchup because the way he fought in his last fight and the fight before that showed not good fight IQ at all. He was taking down GM3 when he was outstriking him on the feet, and against Torres Finney, he proceeded to shoot takedowns again and let Finney press on the gas, like press forward while he was on one fucking leg, instead of just pushing him back, and then he would basically take a funny step, and that's a free TKO. He shows terrible fight IQ. So I think you need to give somebody who will force him to fight fucking smart because of all the fucking danger that he has, like Roman Kopylov. Now, as for Marco Tulio, he is on a 2-fight losing streak now, and when a fighter is coming off of 2 losses, it forces them to fight a little bit different. So I think it'll force both of them to fight a lot smarter than they normally do. Like Tulio to stop throwing so wild on the feet, and Bekaev to get used to not being on the gas and on the front foot the entire fight. He has a little bit of a similar fight style to Chimaev, to where if he's not getting what he wants all the time, he looks kind of sus, like everywhere, on the ground and on the feet. So I think this is the fight to make, to force one of them to level up, and then that person, I think, will go on to do a lot better and will elevate, and maybe will be in the top 15. They still have that potential, but these 2 losses are fucking brutal. So I think it's sink or swim, and I think you should make this fight. Moving on to Jim Miller. Now, Jim Miller, I think he needs somebody that is kind of an unk. Like, I'm not going to say kind of an unk, but not going to give him a lot of danger, but kind of going to give him a good fight. Now, this person just came off of a kind of a destruction, and I was kind of shocked, against Rafa Garcia, and that man is Alexander Hernandez. Now, Hernandez is pretty active, so I don't know if they'll be on the same timeline, but he took a lot of damage against Rafa Garcia, so maybe he'll come back at the end of the year. And Jim Miller's trying to hit 50 fights in the UFC, so I believe this will put him at 48, at the end of this year, and then at the very end of next year, he'll be able to hit 50. So I think he wants to come back towards the end of the year, and Hernandez took some damage in his last fight, so it might actually be perfect. So I think this is the fight to make. Now, moving on to Jared Gordon. Now, Jared Gordon got submitted by Jim Miller in the first round. I don't know if I forgot to say that. He got submitted by Jim Miller in the first round. So somebody who is also coming off of a loss, but is coming off of a devastating knockout, and they would be on a similar timeline, and they'd be on a similar trajectory in their career, where they're both unks, but they're on a little bit of a decline, but they kind of still have it. And that guy is Michael Johnson. Now, Johnson got slimed out by Dober. I mean, like, do I gotta say anything? Like, we know your motive, Dober. We know your motive. We know your motive. Now, Johnson, I think, is going to take some time off, and I expect Gordon to as well, because he had that car accident not that long ago, and if I'm being honest, he did not look fully recovered. He looked a little bit pudgy in that fight. So I think he'll take some time off, and he'll come back towards the end of the year. So I think this is a fight to make. Moving on to Grant Dawson. Now, Grant Dawson submitted Rebecca in the third round, and as sad as it is, I think Rebecca needs to be cut, man. Like, that's 3 losses in a row, and he showed really bad fight IQ in that fight. And yeah, he's taking so much damage, man. Like, I think if you give him somebody else who, like, does any damage, it would just be, like, genuinely life-altering. So, as sad as it is, I think he should be cut. Now, Grant Dawson, he has been knocked out by Manuel Torres, I believe, and Bobby Green, and there's one more. Missing one. I think, no, that might be the two. But I think you need to give him somebody in the top 15, because he was just in the top 15. But somebody who is coming off of a losing streak, and it's going to be a kind of a fun grappling matchup. I think you need to give him Beneil Dariush. You got to give him Beneil, man. Come on. This fight will be so fucking good. Oh my god. Dude, the scrambling in this fight would be so fucking good. Now, they're literally the same fighter. Genuinely, they're the same fucking fighter. Beneil's just like 10 years older than him. Both chin on the feet, but they got decent striking. Beneil also has decent striking. He does not have good striking at all. He leaves himself wide open, and now he gets caught on the chin, or he gets put out whenever he gets caught. So he cannot rely on his stand-up like at all, just like Grant Dawson. And you saw in that Rebecca fight, he got fucking dropped second round. As soon as he decided to try to keep it on the feet for a little bit, boom, got dropped. And on the ground, they're both so fucking good. So I think this is the fight to make. Like, I literally cannot think of another fight that would be good, like, as good as this for both of them. Beneil, coming off of a KO loss to Quinlan Salkild, and Dawson, coming off of a win, but he said he needs to take some time off, because some personal stuff. I'm not gonna mention that. If you know, you know. He's taking some time off for some personal stuff, so I think he's gonna come back at the very end of the year or at the beginning of next year, sometime around then. And I think that's the time that Beneil will be back. So I think this is the fight to make. Moving on to Joel Alvarez. Man, my fucking boy got this dude. He got his fucking shit beat. It was pretty bad, man. It was pretty bad. I think you need to give him a tough matchup, kind of, because like he's at that fucking echelon. Like, he just is. He's proven to be that good. So you can't give him a fucking can unless he's coming off of 2 losses to like reset him, basically. But he's proven to be that good. So you need to give him somebody good enough And I think that person is Oralby. Now, Oralby is coming off of a win, like his actual debut at welterweight. So I think he'll be in a similar timeline. I believe he fought at the beginning of this year. So he'll be back around a similar time as Joel Alvarez, because Joel didn't take any damage in this fight, if I'm being honest. So I think he'll come back sometime at the very end of the summer, or around August, or not very end of the summer, sorry. August, September, or October, and I expect him to be on one of the European cards. So I think this is the fight to make, because you need to give Joel a tough matchup, and Oralby needs to step up in competition before he gets in the top 15. After this fight, if Oralby wins this fight, then I think you need to give him someone in the top 15, and then Joel the same, because after this fight, you will see how good Amosov is. And if Amosov is super high up, then that just gives Joel a little more wiggle room to argue, like, oh, I deserve this fight, whatever, like higher up in the rankings. But I think that's the fight to make. Speaking of Amosov, the UFC is going to Belgrade, Serbia at the beginning of August. And I think that he needs somebody on that card, because he said he wants to be really active. And there's a Serbian welterweight who's also looking for a fight on that card. And that somebody is Uros Medic. Now, Medic is coming off of a fucking destruction of Jeff Neal, and he was looking for the Leon Edwards fight in Serbia, but Leon turned that shit down, and I didn't think he would take it in the first place, to be honest, like before there was discussions, but he turned it down, so that's not a possibility anymore. And Amosov just destroyed Joel, and he deserves somebody higher up in the rankings. Now, there is some other fighters that you could matchmake him with higher up in the rankings, but I've matchmade some of those fighters on this card as well. So I also don't think that the matchup is really appealing. But this fight, oh my god, man. Medic has never been a decision in his entire career, and recently, even like including his Bellator run recently, Amosov has been looking crazy fucking dominant, and he also hasn't been a decision. Like recently, I mean. This fight would be such a fucking banger. Oh my god. Please make this fucking fight. I think this is definitely the fucking fight to make. I can't find another better fight like at welterweight for both of these dudes. Like more entertaining, more stock raising, or anything like that, and that actually makes sense. So I think this is the fight to make. Moving on to Ateba Gautier. Bro, Gautier did what he was supposed to do, but he did it in the second. A little surprising. Ozzy was a fucking cat, just fucking running away. He was a cat. Ateba loves cat. He's gonna chase that shit. But he knocked out his first cat. That's surprising. That's kind of... Oh, sorry, that was a fuck joke. Not funny. Gautier, I think he needs to step up in competition, and somebody who's coming off of a KO loss to somebody in the rankings, and I've been seeing a lot of people say that he needs somebody in the rankings. Fuck no, he doesn't. He still looks a little green. He does not need somebody in the rankings. But he needs somebody who will test him on the ground, because this guy is willing to go to the ground, and he has dynamite in his fucking hands. That somebody is Bruno Ferreira. Now, Bruno, like I said, is coming off of a KO loss to Robocop, and he's going to need some time off. And Gautier is wanting to come back around August and September, and I think that'd be the perfect time for Ferreira to come back, because it'd be about 6 months since he got knocked out. So I think this is the perfect fight to make, to test Gautier on the feet and on the ground, to see how he reacts to power punchers, and to see how he is against somebody who was like pretty good on the ground and is pretty good at getting the takedowns with his judo trips and throws. So I think this is a really good fight to make, and Gautier needs to step up in competition. So yeah. Moving on to Bobby Green. Now, Bobby Green absolutely fucking destroyed Jeremy Stevens in the first round, and I was surprised that he actually got the submission. I thought he'd get a takedown, but I thought he'd ground and pound him before he got the submission. But that was a really good fucking performance. I think he needs somebody who is gonna force an entertaining fight out of him, like he always is. You like say how it is. Bobby Green is entertaining as fuck. He's gonna force an entertaining fight, no matter what. This person called him out right after their fight, and there's no questions. Book this shit. Him versus T-Rex. I mean, bro. Oh, this is fucking golden, man. Holy shit! Please make this fucking fight. Like, oh, dude, this shit's over like that, bro. Bobby's either getting chinned in literally a fucking 2 minutes, or Bobby is chinning McKinney in 4 minutes. One of the two. This is a fucking banger. Make this fucking fight. There's nothing else to say. As for Jeremy Stevens, he got to be cut, bro. He got to be cut. He hasn't won a fight since 2018 in the UFC. Like, sorry, man. He couldn't come back. That, like, it was cool seeing him come back, but, like, what the fuck, man? Like, clearly did not train grappling at all. Like, and I know that sounds stupid to fucking say, but, like, that's the one thing you should have been training, because, like, in the back of your mind, you could probably be like, all I've been doing is fucking striking the last few months. Maybe I should do some grappling just in case, you know? Worst case scenario. Literally did not look like that at all. Cut him. Now, moving on to Sean Brady and Joaquin Buckley. Now, for Buckley, for Buckley. For Brady, I think that he needs somebody that will give him elevation in the rankings, and will put him in discussions for a title elimination bout. That somebody is Kamaru Usman. Now, Kamaru Usman has just been sitting on the fucking sidelines since he beat Buckley. And Buckley has started a full training camp, fought, and, like, Kamaru still has not come back. Like, what in the actual fuck? He's just been sitting on the fucking podcast with Henry Cejudo being like, man, I deserve my fucking title shot, man. I deserve my fucking title shot. No, the fuck you don't, bro. Shut the fuck up. You do not deserve no fucking title shot. He needs to fight Brady, and then I think the winner of this will get a title elimination bout. Cause the more and more it goes on, like, I know that loss to Bilal is not gonna look great for Brady's, like, legacy, but the loss to Michael Morales, like, you just throw that shit away. Because, like, not throw that shit away, but, like, bro, Morales, it looks fucking crazy. So, like, that loss is not going to age too bad. So, I think this is the fight to make. Now, as for Joaquin Buckley, man, dude, he got, like, what the fuck? I'm so fucking baffled, man. That was white belt shit. He got dominated. Like, straight up. You got caught, I got dominated. Straight up, bro. Like, he got fucking dominated. He needs somebody who will strike somewhat with him, not wrestle fuck him the entire fight, but has good grappling and needs his grappling to be fucking tested. Somebody who is coming off of a KO win and is pretty old, so he needs to speed shit up, basically, and just go and fight. Like, he does not have very long left. That somebody is Mike Mallet. Now, Mike Mallet is coming off of that KO win over Gilbert Burns. He has a loss to fucking Neil Magny. That's going to look like shit till the day he dies. It just is. And he is, like he's already said multiple times, he needs fights quick because he's old. He doesn't have that much time left. So he's got to get fights booked so he goes up in the rankings. Now, Buckley is, I believe, ranked number 9 right now, and Mallett's ranked number 11. So that would make a lot of sense for this fight to be booked just from rankings perspective. But also, the other matchups for Mallet, nobody above him would take. Usman's not taking a fight against him. Fucking obviously Protest isn't. JDM isn't. Like none of those fighters aren't. Or JDM, yeah, JDM. Who was another one? Leon Edwards. Fucking shit. I honestly Leon might actually take that fight, but I don't fucking know. But I think this is the fight to make. Buckley needs his grappling tested a little bit. Mallett's really good on the fucking ground, but he doesn't force it there all the time, and he can strike pretty good. But he's a little bit chinny, so Buckley can use that to his advantage. Hey, there you go. I think Buckley wins, but I'm not sure because I need to see more of how good Mallet is on the ground. But that's a scary fucking matchup. But I think this is the fight to make because Buckley you need to improve, bro. Just straight up. You gotta throw him to the fucking sharks. Mike Mallet is not a big fucking shark. He's like a fucking baby shark. But hey, people get bitten by fucking baby sharks all the fucking time. See what fucking happens. Moving on to Volkov and Cortez Acosta. Now, for Acosta, man. This was pretty hard to fucking brainstorm because there's like 3 guys that make a lot of sense for him to fight, but 2 of them make a lot more sense. But then one matchup is just way more fun, man. You gotta give him Curtis Blades, dude. Curtis Blades coming off of that fight with Josh Hokett, like fucking peak of his career right now in terms of popularity. You gotta capitalize off of that, especially with Acosta and how entertaining Acosta is and how he builds up fights and shit. Now, Blades will be over his antics so fucking fast, but Acosta's gonna give him a good fucking fight, and he's gonna get some moments out of him. Cause despite everything, Hockett gave Blade some moments. He gave him clips of fucking him shaking his head and shit, and then like mumbling and shit. Like those were circling around. He got something out of him. And I think Acosta is going to definitely force something out of him. With all the emoting and shit in the cage, I see Blades maybe getting frustrated and, like, he could blitz in and get fucking knocked out. But I think he wins this, but I'm not exactly sure because he's been on the decline a little bit. But I think this is the fight to make because Blades needs some time off, right? He took a lot of brain damage in that fight. A lot of fucking brain damage. And then Acosta's going to need some time off because he got cut up in the face. And then his belly probably fucking hurts because of all those fucking kicks to the belly. And, oh, no, that's it. Yeah. This is the fight to make. Moving on to Volkov. Now, Volkov, brother, you need to give him his title shot, bro. Just give him his title shot. Just give him his title shot. Like, just give him his title shot. That's it. I literally can't. I can't think of anything else to say right now. I genuinely can't think of anything else to say right now. He beat Gon. I don't care what anyone says. He fucking beat Gon. He beat Gon. He beat Acosta. He beat Pavlovich. Yes, Pavlovich. Who else did he beat? Fucking Tuivasa, whatever the fuck. Like, his win streak right now is fucking crazy. And, oh, he also beat Almeida. That's what I'm fucking forgetting. I'm forgetting him because he got fucking caught little boring shit. But he's coming off of, I would consider, a 6-fight win streak and hasn't gotten his fucking title shot. Gon is fighting Pereira in the fucking White House, and it should be Volkov. No, it shouldn't be Volkov. Again, like I said last video, it shouldn't be Volkov. It should be Aspinall, because Aspinall should have already fought Pereira or Volkov, and then, boom, one of them is on the fucking White House card. Like, this shit is getting ridiculous. You need to give him his fucking title shot. If I were Volkov, I would just fucking sit out until he gets his title shot. I would not fight again and not take a risk, man. Like, you have trained way too hard to get that title shot in the first place. Bro, just take some time off, man. Like, take until fucking December off, and then they'll have everything figured out by then, and then you'll know if you need another fight booked or whatever the fuck. Like, just take some time off until you get your title shot. Moving on to Joshua Van and Tatsuro Taira. Now, Joshua Van, I mean, what else is there to say? Like, just make the fucking fight. There's nothing else. Pantoja called him out. Van called him out in the fucking cage. Make the fucking fight. That's it. There's nothing else to say. Other than Van's the fucking champ, baby. Let's fucking go. I fucking told y'all so. Told y'all. All y'all motherfuckers doubted him. Paper champ fucking what? Anyways, for Tatsuro Taira, now, somebody who's coming off of a KO loss to the Gooch in February of this year and is having issues with his heart, I believe. So, he's not going to have a fight booked for a little bit. So, he's also going to have a lot of time off. And that somebody is Amir Albazi. Now, Albazi is... I generally don't fucking know how he's still in the top 10. But he'll be a kind of easy... Nah, he's not really going to be an easy fight for Taira because Taira's striking is very sus. But Albazi's pretty good on the ground, but I don't think he's near Taira's level. So I think this will be a good bounce-back fight for Taira. Or if, like, Albazi pulls his shit off, then it'll show you how bad Taira's striking is, and like he really needs to make that fucking elevation. Because I obviously I don't see like Albazi out grappling him. I don't really see that shit. But I think this is the fight to make because they had a lot of time off. Or the other option, if this doesn't play out how I expect it to, is now, as for the other option, Manuel Kopp takes on Kyoji Horiguchi in June on a fight night, and whoever loses that fight, if it's Kyoji Horiguchi, I think that you should make Horiguchi versus Taira because the UFC like has needed to go to Japan so badly, and they still haven't went to Japan, and this would be a fucking monumental first event for them. Like, these are two of the biggest Japanese stars. Now, if Kopp loses to the Gooch, I think you should still make this fight, but I put Horiguchi here because Horiguchi versus Taira I think would be a bigger like star matchup despite Kopp being a bigger star, because I think the market of Japan would blow up so crazy if there was two like top 5, top 6-ish UFC fighters in the same fucking weight class fighting in a main event. Like, that would be something different. So I think this would be the fight to make if Horiguchi loses to Kopp. I think you can still make that fight, but it depends on Taira's activity. I expect him to be out for the rest of the year, so I think he would probably fight Albazi, if anything. Now, moving on to the main event. Chimaev lost to Strickland by split decision, and he said he's not coming back to middleweight. So, you know what that means. You got to make this fucking fight, bro. They got beef. They have real beef. They have real beef. Costa fucking actually hates him so much. He hates him so much. He hates him so fucking much. They have real beef. And Chimaev's not going back down to middleweight. Costa just knocked out Chimaev's uncle. So I think Chimaev will have a little bit of spite towards Costa. And they already hate each other. So they're both up at light heavyweight now. This is the fight to make. There's really like nothing else to say. No other fight at light heavyweight makes as much sense as this fight does, because Chimaev would basically just wrestle fuck everyone. Like, it wouldn't really be entertaining. Like, obviously you can give him those matchups, but like at the end of the day, we want entertaining matchups, and Costa's grappling defense is crazy. Like, we've literally seen his grappling defense. Like, don't act like people haven't. Come on. We've seen his grappling defense, and he's way fucking bigger now. And I'm not going to say Chimaev got solved, but it kind of showed that if he doesn't get that first round finish, he's pretty fucking vulnerable. So I think this is the fight to make. Now, as for Strickland, like, bro, look at his fucking nose. Look at his fucking nose, bro. He needs to take some fucking time off. Like, I think his nose broke. I'm 100% sure his nose is broken. Like, bro, look at that fucking nose. I've had a broken fucking nose before from sparring. That's a broken fucking nose. He is going to take probably until November or December, somewhere around then. He's probably going to take until then off. That's what I'm expecting. So I think you need to make him a number one contender. Now, you have two people who have I would argue, the exact same like level of I deserve this title shot. Like, they're neck and neck. So I think you need to make them fight. Those two people are Imavov. Imavov is coming off of, I believe, a 5-fight win streak over Cannonier, Barrio, Adesanya, and who's the other person? Delidze. So he deserves a title shot in other scenarios, but now Strickland is the champ, not Chimaev. DDP, he has 2 wins over Strickland, so he has a debate of a title shot just off of that alone. So because both of them have the exact same, basically the same level of argument for a title shot, you need to make them fight each other. You need to make them fight each other, especially because, as you just saw, bro, Strickland's nose is so fucked. Like, you need to just make this fight. Like, you just need to make this fight. Make a number one contender, have Strickland take some time off, and then, boom, you have a number one contender ready for him soon as he gets back. It's fucking perfect. I think that's the fight to make. Like, there's nothing... I can't really think of another scenario where it doesn't fuck somebody over really badly. Because if Dricus doesn't fight Strickland for the belt, or Imavov for the number one contender fight, who's he left with? Fucking Barrio? That's it. Like, nobody, like, I'm not gonna say nobody wants to fight Barrio, but like, come on, bro. Like, that's fucking boring. That is fucking boring. Nobody fucking wants that. Nobody wants to see fucking Barrio up here. I fucking hate his cheesy ass smile, bro. His fucking gums are so fucking big. Oh my god, he pisses me off. Nobody wants to see that shit. So this is the fight to make. That is every fight to make after UFC 328. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.